I get it, you have strong feelings, but even then you cross so many lines. I think this will take a lot of time to heal. All you can do is keep apologizing and hope one day they'll forgive you. Hello, my fellow toasties. How's your day going? Getting some chores done? It looks like you need some tea, so let's get in some piping hot tea and maybe a quick little snack, and let's get into r/Am the Devil. So the first one is, I cheated on my wife while she was pregnant and she won't take me back. I wanted to start off by saying that I found out my wife being posted into the sub and she will no longer speak to me. So I'm here trying to get her to talk to me. I cheated on my wife when she was pregnant twice, and then I did it again stupidly after she gave birth to our son. And I was stressed and the co-worker was there. We got talking about life and how hard her divorce was. She's been lonely and I was feeling lonely, and my wife was bedridden and I needed someone to talk to because my wife was always asleep. She wasn't feeling well enough to act like a wife. Oh, hell no! My wife won't speak to me or text me whenever I try to talk about us. She just completely ignores me unless I talk about her son. And all the time she won't even text me, she communicates me through her mother. Her mother threatened to call the police if I came by anymore. So I have no way to reach her except through phone or making my case here and pleaded with her to just talk to me. Has anyone been in this situation before? And what can I do to make her forgive me? She told me that she doesn't tolerate cheaters, and I had a lapse of judgment and made a mistake, and I want to fix it and work on it. Steph, if you're reading this, I'm so sorry and will do whatever to get you back. I love you. I'll buy you whatever. I'll never leave the house again. Just come back home and stop the divorce. I won't sign the papers. Wow, dude, yeah, no, you're the devil, you're the monster. Before I go too far in, I wonder what the comments say. Stephanie, save a copy of the post, and whenever you doubt you're making the right choice, just reread it to remind yourself that if anything ever happens, injury, illness, or just being tired, dealing with this guy's BS, that if he's ever lonely, that is a perfectly valid reason to have a lapse of judgment, aka flirt, kiss, or have it multiple times, because you failed to act like a wife. Apparently how this guy acts is like a husband expecting you to cater to his every needs regardless of what is happening to you. He needs to be the center of the universe. He was so lonely because you were bedridden. Poor guy. Stay strong, Stephanie. Yeah, Stephanie, stay strong. This guy's obviously toxic. He cheated on you while you were pregnant? What an absolute scummy thing to do. Horrible. I hope you leave him in the dust. Okay, the next one is... Should I, 21 male, go for it with my brother's 19 male girlfriend, 19 female, if she's giving me all the signs? Reposted under a different throwaway. Sorry, not trying to spam. I'm on mobile, so sorry for the formatting. This is a throwaway account. I will call my brother C and my brother's girlfriend S. This is so effing messy. I'm pretty close with my brother, but I honestly feel he doesn't deserve his girlfriend. So my brother and his girlfriend have come to my grandmother for a week. They have off. They have been here for 5 days. They won't leave for 3 more, and it's killing me. My little brother is not the best looking in the family. He's just not. Since he started seeing us, he's gone to the gym and bulked up a bit and changed his hair and eating habits. Not because she forced him. She loved him even when he was chubby. He said he wanted to start working out and eating better to get into the same level of attractiveness as her. My best friend and I, she's a girl, and I both agreed beforehand that she is very good looking, just from her pictures with my brother on social media and stuff. S and C came to visit my grandmother, and I was there because I'm currently living with her. Not only is she ridiculously hot, she's funny and smart too. She's pre-med and taking a lot of hard classes that C says she's breezing through. She's the world's easiest person to talk to. The first night she came to visit, she was quiet, as this was the first time meeting extended family for her. The next day, C had a migraine and she wanted to stay home with him, but I convinced her to go to the mall with me, and C encouraged her too. We spent all day at the mall together. We played with puppies at the store and shopped a bit and got lunch. I don't think I've ever gotten along with someone as well as I've gotten along with S. She's beautiful, witty, and basically my ideal partner. It gets really effing messy from here. C was showing me some memes on his phone and accidentally swiped by a nude of hers. He thought I wasn't looking at his phone, but I did manage to see it. I know this is really bad, but when I got up to go to the bathroom, I unlocked his phone and went to look at it. I couldn't help myself. I've already mentioned that I think she's hot, so I won't go into detail about how I felt about the picture because it's probably obvious. I felt so guilty about it. After this incident, I think people started noticing me becoming uncomfortable or near her. My brother, mom, and my grandmother asked me about it. Eventually, S asked me if she had done anything to offend me, and I said no. I came to my senses and stopped acting like a douche. I asked if she wanted to go to the grocery store with me. She said sure. I thought it'd just be the two of us, but C tagged along as well. We went to the grocery store, we went back, and ended up driving in the city that afternoon. I don't want to give away anything that might identify me, which is an hour from where we live. C fell asleep in the car again, plane, and again it was S and me talking. She ended up climbing from the back seat to the front to talk to me. We talked and joked the whole way into the city, and I just knew something was there. I did something stupid and told her I wish we had met in high school, and she replied we would have been best friends. Ouch. However, once she reached the city, she was back being lovey-dovey with C. It sucked because I wanted to hold her hand so bad. I think they felt bad for me because yesterday was V-Day and I don't have a girlfriend, so they didn't kiss or anything. They just looked at each other like they were in love. My questions are the following. I know she can tell that we have a good connection. Should I go for it? I really want to tell her my feelings this evening. What is the best way to do that? Thanks. The TLDR, I have strong feelings for my little brother's girlfriend. She's a beautiful, funny, smart woman and we really get along. We both acknowledge it. Should I go for it? What is the best way to let her know how I feel? I think I know how this is gonna go, but let's read the comments. You're a creep and need to back off. You do not ever go looking at someone's nudes without permission. She's your brother's girlfriend. She hasn't said anything about liking you as anything more than a friend. I effing dare you to tell her and your brother that you went through his phone to find a nude pic of her. What sign exactly? From what you've written, she's just trying to be nice to her boyfriend's brother. Dude, don't be a creep and back off. You are misinterpreting everything.
A few inches later.
Update. So against Reddit and my better judgments, I spoke to my brother.
Oh no!
As you can imagine, all hell broke loose. The guilt was eating me up, and I told him about the feelings I had for his girlfriend. I also came clean up by looking at her nudes and apologized profusely. This was about 3 hours ago. My brother punched me in the face and busted my lip. He went to our grandma and told her that he didn't feel comfortable with me in that house. My poor grandma was so confused, and C told her vaguely that I acted inappropriately with S and violated her boundaries. He went into S's room and asked her to pack her things so they could leave and find a hotel to stay in. All I could hear was her saying, "What? Why? What's wrong?" He took her and left to stay in Atlanta, promising my grandma that he would call and explain when he got there. He called via her landline and they will be getting lunch tomorrow. I received a text from S about a half hour ago. I copied and pasted it. Honestly, this is ridiculous that I even have to say this. You violated C trust and my trust. The pics weren't meant for your eyes. I love your brother, not you. It's never gonna happen. You ruined any possible friendship we could have. I am not angry, but I can't forgive this. I believe you need therapy. Good luck, my name. I hope you get the help you need. I'm sitting here bawling in bed while my grandma knocks on the door asking what's wrong. Reddit, what do I do? What are the steps to fix things with my brother? How do I apologize to S? What do I tell my poor grandmother? Thanks in advance, I should have listened to her advice. Man, what a story that was. I'm sorry, you kinda deserve it. You violated his trust, went to his phone, and I keep repeating this, you shouldn't go into anyone's phone in the first place. I get it, you have strong feelings, but even then, you cross so many lines. I think this will take a lot of time to heal. All you can do is keep apologizing and hope one day they'll forgive you. Okay, on to the next one. Am I the a-hole for telling my wife to be less emotional when cooking? Earlier today, my wife texted me that she found a recipe in a magazine she was reading last week and that she wanted to try making it. She insisted on stopping by the store on her way home from work to buy the ingredients. This annoyed me because I planned out the meals for the week and I have previously requested that any deviation from this schedule be communicated to me at least 1 week in advance. Nonetheless, I let her try to cook. When she got home, she got right to work, chopping vegetables, boiling water, etc. I work from home and I needed to finish a few things, so I left her to cook in the kitchen. About an hour later, my wife came and got me. She led me into the kitchen and seemed very pleased with herself. It smelled and looked delicious, and she even poured us a glass of red wine and even lit some candles. From the first bite though, I knew something had gone terribly wrong. She had made a chicken and noodle casserole and it tasted very salty, almost like pickles. I spat out my forkful and calmly but firmly asked her what had she done. I was struggling to get the taste out of my mouth. She walked up to the recipe and deciphered that she had added 1 tablespoon of salt instead of 1 teaspoon.
Oh, scary! Oh, shiver my timbers!
I told her that she was too excited about the recipe and she let her emotions take over. I reminded her that if she controlled her emotions, she wouldn't have sped through the recipe and likely wouldn't have made such a silly mistake. My wife turned red and looked down at the floor. All she could muster was, I just wanted to do something nice. I got up from the table, scraped the inedible food into the trash and ordered pizza. At this point, I was in no mood to return to my original food schedule. When I was done ordering, I asked my wife how she could avoid doing doing such a thing when she cooked in the future. My wife seemed angry about the question and said that I should just drop it. I refused and I told her that she wasted our money on these ingredients, only for us to throw the entire dish away. I asked her if she even cared how that made me feel, but she shook her head and angrily stormed out of the room. I've been trying to get her to speak to me for a few hours, but she just wants to pout. I get so tired of her ridiculous behavior, and I feel incredibly disrespected by her. I guess she just wants me to apologize, but I was the one who ultimately saved dinner. Am I the a-hole? First off, you absolutely are. You're a gaslighting POS. And yeah, I get that groceries are expensive, but come on. That's no way to treat anybody, let alone your wife. But I already said too much. Let's see what the comments say. You're the a-hole. So many ways here. I'm prepared to overlook that you said that you let your wife change your rigid meal plans and cook something else. I hope that's just poor wording, but I'm not overlooking the rest of this. The right thing to do when your spouse makes a mistake like this is to laugh it off with them. Everyone makes mistakes. These things happen, and in the end, it's just one meal. You, though, refuse to acknowledge that she tried to do something nice, patronizing, very sexist-sounding lecture about how she's emotional. Seriously, do not talk to your partner this way. You sound like you're chastising a naughty child, not letting you go after she told you to, continuing to harp on her and blame her for wasting money, telling her that she doesn't care about your feelings in the middle of demonstrating that you do not care about her feelings at all, and complaining that she disrespects you when it's you that is disrespecting her, minimizing, dismissing her feelings. She wants to pout her ridiculous behavior. Mate, your total lack of self-awareness is going to alienate your wife and ruin your marriage. Apologize to her, pull your head in, and stop telling women that they are too emotional when in fact you're the one failing to control your emotions anyway. Oh yes, facts! In fact, I would consider that response a bit too kind. Congratulations, this story is definitely the worst I've ever read on my channel thus so far. He's definitely a projecting narcissist who seems to have some sort of weird eating disorder. I hope his wife leaves him in the end. That guy's way too toxic. It seems that I'm the devil with really horrible stories. But anyways, if you reached the end of this video, please subscribe and leave a like as it will help this channel greatly. Thank you for watching. Check out some of my other videos on this channel and always stay